Hello, Stoney fam. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to another episode. So yeah, I just had to have that paused for like a good 6 minutes or so. I'm not even gonna lie, and that's probably the longest I've had to have it paused. But as you can hear, my voice is pretty fucking bad, and my chest is still very phlegmy and just like not feeling good. I don't feel sick, like I feel fine, but I still have like a slight cough and my voice is still crappy. So whenever I smoke, it's really not feeling the same. So that kind of bums me out. I really would like to take a very big bong rip, and I can only take like a semi-big bong rip, and it feels like I got baby lungs. As well as my singing has been feeling really off too, and like it's already been kind of off anyway from when I got my wisdom teeth surgery last year. But then, and ever since I started smoking, when I started smoking cigarettes, I mean, my voice was way different before I started smoking in general, but now I just feel like I sound like a toad, so bear with me, guys. I've been smoking on some mint sherbet this morning. I really do enjoy this strain. It is, though, a nice heavy indica strain, but for me, I find that it's not too sedating. I do like to use this for bedtime use as well, though, and it can be pretty sedating, but I've used it throughout the day, and it doesn't make me too tired. I can function pretty well. It also helps with my anxiety quite a bit, because I've been getting a lot of that this past couple days, as well as just, makes you feel good. Who doesn't like that, right? So just to give you guys an update, because I kind of want to get into some kind of a little bit more personal stuff on this episode today, and share with you guys what's going on with my life and stuff. But this past month and stuff like that has been kind of a little bit stressful and a lot of stuff going on. So it's been rough for me with my posting. It's been kind of sporadic on how often I was posting my podcast. So thank you guys for bearing with me. It's been really emotional for me especially this past week. And I've had a lot of stuff going on. I just got a tattoo, which is still not finished yet. That's a whole nother story. A lot of different things going on with my work that I have to atone for and work on. I mean, like projects for work. I mean, I don't know why I said atone. My brain's a little bit spacey at the moment, guys. But, yeah, working on things at work. I got stuff going on at home. I have my dog. Obviously, it's an everyday affair taking care of him, which isn't too hard. He's a pretty easy guy to take care of, but that's also a responsibility that I have. I have, though, been getting back into writing again, which I haven't done in a very, 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 very long time. I want to say almost like high school, even prior to that. Like, I haven't really written any poetry, especially poetry, or any short stories, or anything free writing besides journaling in a very long time. So this is very cool to me that I was able to get back into this. And I don't think I would have if I hadn't accidentally bought a book that would make me be doing all this writing and prompts and stuff, because I just bought in one of Rupi Kaur's new books. I have all of her past 3 books that she's come out with for the English version. And this new one she came out with is called Healing Through Words. And it's a very big, thick hardcover book. And I stupidly, at first, thought that it was just another poetry book based off of her first one, Milk and Honey, which is what it is, but it's kind of not. It's mostly a book where you're going to be writing in prompts. And it's basically what it says the title is. It's helping me heal through the words. And it's really, with each page, I feel like I'm feeling much more of a release. There are some emotions that I'm dealing with that I've been suppressing, but overall I do think that I needed something like this, and I needed this. So I appreciate it very much. And it's also amazing me that I've already written through, I'm like now on page, if I take a look, 141. So I've written almost like at least 100 plus pages. If you take away some of them that have no prompts and stuff, but the majority of it, like at least 100 plus pages I've written. And it's been a very long time since I've wrote that much in a short period of time, or even in general. So, pretty proud of myself for that. But like I said, this is a pretty emotional next few weeks, and the next month for me is going to be very emotional. I'm trying the best to deal with it the way that I think I should, instead of hibernating or suppressing it all and just not dealing with it at all. I'm trying to just work through it and talk about it as it's coming and going through waves through my body. I really feel like these emotions need to be dealt with, and I can't just keep ignoring them. But like I talked about on my last podcast, I've been pretty emotional since then, and it happens like I said, comes in waves. You can never really tell when you're going to get upset about the loss of someone. Grieving doesn't really have a timestamp. You don't really know. It's not something that you can just flip of the switch, snap of the hat, just be over and done with. It's something that you deal with forever. And that's kind of also hard to accept, that you have now another pretty much like baggage hanging onto you that you have to figure out how to deal with so that it doesn't drag you down, and figure out how to properly store all this baggage that you have, and all this other stuff, all this trauma, all this other whatever, For me, I deal with that with using cannabis. Cannabis is a huge, huge support system for me, as well as my blogs and making my content. That is a huge, huge part. Those two together, and making art, like everything combined, is what keeps me going, as well as my dog and people in my life that I love very much and that care for me as well and keep me going. Speaking of that, I had a very amazing experience yesterday. And yesterday, speaking of, was not a very good day for me at the start, and the day before that, not really either. I was not having a good day. So it really did make me smile when this person comes in. And by the way, if you are listening, I had a very awesome conversation with you. I really loved meeting with you, and you're just awesome. I hope you enjoyed everything you got. But this girl comes in, this customer, and I'm, in the front office area. I'm on reception that day. And she comes up, and I've never had this happen before. I've never had somebody come up to me and recognize me based off of my username, based off of Indica Illusions. So this was, not only was that really cool, but like threw me off guard. I was very, shy as well. I can be outgoing, but there are times where sometimes I think my bipolar or my anxiety as well, it just combines and makes me very quiet, and it can seem like I'm standoffish sometimes, but it happens. But at this time I was just like a little bit quiet, but also like just made my day to hear the things that she was saying to me. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about what she said, because I felt like that was a private conversation, but it did make me feel very nice to know that somebody out there in the world knew of me and knows of my content, likes my content, and felt open enough to share what they shared with me, and it was just overall a very kind and awesome vibe and person to be around. So it was just really cool to see where I'm reaching, and see where, there's other people in the world that are like me too. And it's just pretty cool to know that I'm making a difference in what I'm trying to do. So that made me very happy, because prior to that, I did not really see it in a real, I don't know how to put it into words exactly. Like, I didn't see it in the real world perspective. I saw it as a kind of a whole separate entity, the online world and then the real world. And I feel like I'm the same person, but I also feel like I'm separated between the two. Whereas in the real world, I'm in a very small area with not as many populated people. And so I feel like, given that and everything else, like when you're online, there's so many different people, all different variety of different personalities and people that you can click with and meet and interact with. And when you're in a smaller town in the real world, it's not like that. And until recently, for many years, people where I lived did not really support cannabis, and they really just scrutinized a lot of what I posted and what I did, and I was pretty much judged quite a bit. So I don't really feel comfortable to my fullest self and fullest extent in this, where I live. But it's not forever, it's temporary. I'm saving to move eventually, but things are very expensive, as well as, like I said, getting my tattoo is very expensive. And I also had a scare. I want to say it was at the beginning of this, last prior week. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not even sure if I talked about it in the last podcast, because I'm a little bit bakey doodle, so I forget. But my account on my Twitter was completely suspended, permanently suspended. I had violated some of their guidelines regarding the DMCA takedown stuff. They do not like when you post music. If you post music that you do not own, they're not happy about it. So don't do that. And many of my videos were compiled and sent in an email, and that was just to show me, this is why you're being banned. I was very irate, very upset. Already was not having a good day, and I was sick, so it just sucked all around. And then, thankfully, thankfully, I'm very grateful that I was able to get it back and recover the entire account and everything else that was on it only a couple hours later. Unfortunately, one of my good friends, he was also reported, or suspended, that same day as me. He still doesn't have his account back, so that just sucks. Really sucks. I hate when you put so much effort and work into something and then it just gets taken right away. I've had that happen with my TikTok I was making. My accounts, 2 of them got taken down. A few days ago when I was getting my tattoo done 2 days ago, I posted a video. Kind of stupid. I didn't put too much effort into this, so I wasn't that upset. It's not like I spent hours making it. If I did, I would have been a lot more irate. But this video was my first to ever really go viral, almost. It was at pretty much 10,000 views, and then all of a sudden it was gone. And it was getting like hundreds of likes in a number of minutes. So that was really cool. And it was just me playing the Bong saxophone. But apparently there was nudity or something in it that they said they didn't like. Part of it said that. There was no nudity in it, so I was really confused. It had to have been because of me smoking weed, which all my other videos are me doing the same exact thing. So not really exactly entirely sure why, but it got taken down. So it's whatever, but it does suck because I put a lot of effort into what I make. So if like my entire account got shut down because of that one video, that would have really sucked. So I'm grateful that didn't happen. But anyway, guys, I just feel like this past month and weeks, going from last month, the past 2 months anyway. My reference to time is shit, so sorry guys, but it's just been kind of depressing. We had rest in peace PNB. Coolio just passed away, rest in peace. It's just a lot of amazing people just being taken away so soon, and it just sucks. Very much sucks, and I feel like we need a lot more weed to be feeling better about what's going on in the world. But I will say I am very grateful that they caught who did what they did to PNB. It was wrong and disgusting, and I hope all 3 of them fucking rot in prison for what they fucking did. If not, I hope they get tortured, because that's just disturbing for what they did. I'm not going to go into detail about what they did, because I'm not something I want to talk about today, nor is this something I really talk about on this podcast. But if you're curious about what happened, you can go look it up yourself. But certainly though, don't look up the video. That video that was posted should be fucking deleted for sure. Whoever created that is awful human being. But yeah, it's horrible to me to think that a family would do something like that. That a stepmother, a father, and a son would go and kill somebody for their own selfish benefits. In general, at all, it's horrible. But for fucking money, for materialistic items, you're going to take someone's life. I can never fathom why someone would do that. But the world is what it is. Good thing we have cannabis, right? So on that note, I'm going to get fucking baked. And also, the giveaway is still going up. So if you're interested in joining and submitting a submission, the link will be posted below. The G-Pen Roam is officially added in, so that's a part of the giveaway, so don't got to worry about that now. But yeah, I'm going to take a nice lovely toke of some more mint sherbet, and then I'm going to hop off and take a shower and get ready for the rest of my day. But I do have some more exciting stuff to talk about next time with you guys, but I just do not have enough time, unfortunately, to talk about it today, even though I really want to today, which sucks. But got to save it for next time. Anyway, cheers, fam.